Hey, welcome back to my channel. Oh my god. So I am so happy for so many reasons. Number one, it's Christmas time. You may see my crazy kitty pumpkin in the background. Anyway, look. He is such a good kitty, and I used to brag when I just got this Christmas tree. I used to tell people, oh, my cat's not like other cats. Like, I used to watch or look at memes on Facebook about like the cat taking down the tree and all of that, and I would just brag, my cat isn't like other cats. It's a little weird. I harness trained him, so we go to the park and we walk outside. So I think that's kind of has a little bit to do with it, why he's pretty well behaved and pretty mellow. He's not destructive and stuff, but the thing is that I have been so busy with work. I'm not even kidding. And it's nothing I'm proud of. Like, I notice that a lot of people brag that they're so stressed, they have so much work to do, and that, they have no free time. Dude, that's been my reality for the past like 3 months. And it's nothing I'm proud of, believe me. So I've gotten lots of clothes. I've gotten lots of different toys and cool stuff for my reborns, and I look at other people who upload things to YouTube, and I'm like, they're doing changing videos, they're doing, they're showing, what they buy, their hauls, and you know what? I haven't even had the energy to do that. And again, it's nothing I'm proud of because I totally feel depleted. Like, yesterday was my last super busy day at work, and I clocked out like at 3 o'clock. And I thought, okay, I'm going to take a little nap. I am not kidding you when I tell you I woke up at 7 a.m. this morning, and I was like, what day is it? I was that exhausted. So my New Year's resolution is, number one, never to do that to myself again. Like, it takes the joy out of living, the joy out of life. And honestly, I have to invest in myself and in my own happiness. It's just ridiculous. And especially now, like, where things are so chaotic and, I don't want to sound doomsday-ish, but you never know, how much time we have left, and, I guess, that's always been the case, no one knows. But the thing is, I think we're made like more aware of it now because, unfortunately, those pandemic numbers are up, our entire life has changed. And so, I guess we feel a little bit more vulnerable. And so I'm glad to have another video because it's a kind of play for me. It's a creative outlet. I love it. I like interacting with people who leave comments and other reborn mommies and daddies. And so, yeah, that makes me super happy. And so just a couple things. This is a general catch up and just a little update on my collection, and just to kind of show this Christmas tree. I have, number one, it's not real. And I got it from Amazon for like $80. And I would buy a Christmas tree every year, and usually, they're miniature trees. And I thought to myself, well, I collect like old-fashioned ornaments, and just kind of like every year after ornaments go on clearance, like I go to Pottery Barn, I go to, different websites that specialize in, ornaments, and, I buy a few. And whenever I travel, I'll buy a couple. So one I bought in London. I have a little, what are they called? Corgis? And a Queen Elizabeth, we used to have a ton of them. I think she's down to like a few now too, maybe. And so there's a little, kind of velveteen corgi with a crown. And then my brother bought that one up there. You probably can't see it, but it's up there, from Italy when he went. And then I have some from like Taos, New Mexico. And I have some from, Mexico City. I have some from Europe. So I have like a combination. So whenever I travel, even if it's like, within California, like San Francisco, I always like to go to the ornament shops and kind of see what they have. So yeah, so I love Christmas. Like, When I was young, it was the holiday. We had tons of food, maybe not tons of presents, but I was the youngest of like a big family, so I gotta admit that I got more gifts than everyone else. So it was a really jolly time for me. I didn't always get what I wanted, but I always got something nice and cute, and it was just, a really happy time. And so, yeah, I've been realizing, for the past couple months that I just gotta keep bringing joy into my life. And I think in the last video I said that I was gonna start writing, because that was kind of one of my motivators for getting the dolls. Like, they remind me of my characters, and I had stories to tell. And I did um, put up my Facebook page, dolls, kitties and coffee. So if you look for it and like it, that would be great. And I also have an Instagram. So if you can follow me on Instagram, it's called Dolls and Kitties. And yeah, Pumpkin makes an appearance, and all my different dolls make an appearance too. So if you look at my videos, you'll see that I collect Cabbage Patch Kids too. And you know what? I got the funkiest comment like on one of my videos. And it has to be a Reborn collector, because, of course, a Cabbage Patch collector isn't going to say this, but someone left a comment like, these are play dolls. They're not collector items like Reborns. And I was like, chick, well, no, actually it was a girl, so I didn't want to make assumptions. And I was like, dude, they're dolls, whether it be Reborn, whether it be, Cabbage Patch Kids. And you know what? I have a lot of cabbie friends who would take offense by that, because they consider themselves collectors. Like, they're the first doll that was, mass produced at that scale, and honestly, they have a historical significance, that Cabbage Patch doll craze. And yeah, there's history there. They sold, millions, and it really reached the heart of people all around the world, people all over Europe, people in Latin America, and of course the United States. So yeah, I would, there are plenty of collectors, Cabbage Patch Kid collectors. And when you think about it, I think that, of course I'm partial to doll collectors of all kinds, but I think we're kind of the best people, like, in general, because number one, we have a hobby that other, people don't have. It's pretty unique. And when you get to Reborn dolls, dude, that's unique. A lot of us have this kind of, I think, like a chip on our shoulder, like, what are people going to say? And the way I think about it, and the more I've thought about it, excuse me, but fuck it. Fuck it, because you're only gonna live once. And there's this good saying that says, do you want to be normal, or do you want to be happy? And honestly, life is too short, and I think normal is boring. Most of the quote unquote normal people I know aren't actually really happy. So, and when you think about it, everybody's got something, whether it be money, their career, material things, cars. Like, dude, take your pick. What is it you want? And honestly, you're more attractive if you stand by it. So whatever. And so anyway, that's my little spiel. I'm gonna get off of my soapbox. But I thought I would address that, not that it's like this big, important, like, forum. Hello, it's YouTube, and I'm actually surprised I have a little bit over 300 subscribers. And that kind of crept up on me. Like, when I got to 100, I was like, oh, darn, that's cool. But after 250, I kind of like stopped keeping track. And then, yes, I uploaded a video earlier for my Cabbage Patch dolls. And I looked, and I think there were like 304. And I'm like, that's pretty darn cool, And yeah, I do it to make myself happy, because I love it. And I want to, interact with other collectors of all kinds. And it's pretty fun. It's pretty fun. So yeah, so this is a kind of a video update. I have my two lovely toddlers. Oh my God. Like, my collection just changed for me when I got them. Like, I write stories, I do a lot of visual storytelling. On, at least that's what Facebook says I do, okay? And I love interacting with my dolly friends, and I get lots of cool feedback. And I love it. And so I cannot wait to do a photo shoot with them. Like, I've got all these storylines going on. And so also, I am gonna say goodbye to one of my dolls. So I kind of wanted to share that. I have tons of stuff that just came in for my reborns, and I have 3 reborns in the works. One is gonna get here Wednesday, and let's just say she's not from this world. She's out of this realm, and I've got an amazing storyline for her. For my little pictures, I like to do little photography and visual pictures. I usually do it on Facebook, but I'm going to start doing it on Instagram. And oh, by the way, if you like what you see, not that I'm actively looking for subscribers, but it's always cool to have people to interact with, please subscribe if you want. Okay. But anyway, I kind of got off on a tangent with that. I'm so bad at that. There are some YouTubers that's the first thing they say, and they've got like their intro down, and that's pretty amazing. Anyway, I was saying, my love for my dolls just totally changed when I got these 2. Like, these little ones are good to cuddle and dress and change, but with these, they were game changers, and I love them. And I gotta say, I'm the type of collector who it grows attached. I don't really purchase kind of just to purchase, and these are forever girls. They're forever girls, and if I ever get like tons more, I'm gonna get 3 more. And if I get more than that and I run out of room, I kid you not, I'm buying some bigger house or something. I will stop. Well, I've already stopped going out. I do things that are free, and the next thing to go is Grubhub. So I will sacrifice like having food delivered to my house and whatever else to buy a bigger place or whatever, and have my doll collection because I love it. Anyway, so here's little BB, who's a little bit upset that I only have really it's one gift under the tree. The other 2 are like fake. They're boxes, okay? So she's a little bit upset. She's also upset that I have her in this elf outfit when really she wants to be Santa. So Lilu gets to be Santa, and Vivi kind of is upset that she's not Santa, but that's okay. She's matching with her little elf here, and so she has her little buddy. And then I thought Lilu, being the wonderful little joyful one, should be Santa. So there it is. And so yes. So I have a couple things. Number 1, I'm going to change Eloa. Oh, she's another forever baby. Cuddle babies are freaking amazing. Number 1, they're not as expensive. Number 2, I don't know what it is about cuddle babies, but I find a lot of really great artists that do such a great job with cuddle babies. And they're not expensive, like I said, and I don't know what it is, but of course, when you buy a full vinyl doll, you can pay a lot of money for it. And this is an Adelina sculpt, and I actually did find, or I saw a post of a full Adelina doll. It was from a Eastern European artist. Oh my God, I was so close to buying her, and I didn't though, but I was so close. She was absolutely beautiful. But I love her face, and she is like one of my most just beautiful. I love her. But anyway, she's a little forever baby too, and I don't want too many cuddle babies because I really love having Eloa, and then I feel kind of like, well, which one am I gonna cuddle today? And it's fine. She's great. So I have an outfit change for her. And then I have like 4 packages to open. And then I have an outfit to show you. And this outfit is for one of my reborns. So I have 3 reborns coming. One is my little unusual Reborn, who will be here Wednesday according to the United States Post Office tracking. And I have a second Reborn who's already made. The wonderful Aurora de Giovanni Lucas from Rosebud's Nursery. I'm gonna go ahead and put her info in the description. Who made me Vivi, the Grace sculpt. Made me my first boy Reborn, and he is freaking amazing. He is so amazing. But she's entering this prototype contest, and so she reborned the sculpt. I'm just gonna tell you because yeah, the August sculpt, and this is the first time I'm kind of getting. I don't want to say trendy because he's not really trendy, but he's a limited edition. Yeah, a limited edition sculpt. And I'm like, and it's the first edition. I mean, the first edition if he's limited edition. But, I've never done that before. I bought Grace or Vivi, but she'd already been out for a year. Not that there's anything wrong with that. She was new to me and I loved her. And Lilu, she was the first Reborn doll I ordered, my first custom, and she'd already been out for I think a year as well. And so August is my first one that it's kind of like he's fresh, he's new, and I just really love him. And I don't see a lot of his sculpts on Facebook, and he's pretty special for a couple reasons. And you know what? I'm gonna open some of these packages while I talk. So he's special for a couple reasons. Number one, the first images I saw of him were Lena Smith's prototype. And you know what? He reminded me of my father. That's so weird, but my father, I think I mentioned it before, he grew up during the Great Depression. He had a rough life, I just got to tell you. And baby pictures were not something that people were splurging on, especially like immigrants who just immigrated from another country. I mean, on the social totem pole, they were there. And so, he didn't have any baby pictures, and I didn't have any pictures of him as a young boy, But when I saw the August sculpt, if you see his little face, he's got this whole cute, it's kind of like Eloa's, like this little mouth chin cute thing babies do going on. And okay, this is going to sound weird, but when my dad used to sleep, he died when he passed away 14 years ago. He was 85. Or when he was just like really comfy, his like little chin would square up the same way. Like it was just the cutest thing. And I love my dad. And anyway, he's what, people call, what is it, like a memorial baby? I've seen other people look for sculpts that look like either their children, but also their parents. And so I automatically, I called or I messaged the artist, Aurora, and I said, I really want you to make me this baby. And this is, of course I want you to make him your version, of course, but I want him to look like my dad. And I sent her pictures and she said, sure, I got it. Not only that, she already had the kit and she was already planning on making him for this prototype contest. So I guess the winner gets to make a prototype baby. And so I'm super excited. And she's done with him. And but the thing is that she was waiting for props to take pictures so she could mail them off to this contest. And they got stuck in New York. She had to reorder more props. And she really doesn't like to send things during Christmas. So she said, look, I'm going to send them early in January. And, I feel more comfortable doing that. And I'm like, you know what? That's cool. And honestly, it's a beautiful baby. It's a beautiful baby. And I'm happy I'm going to have him. And he's going to be my first boy. So yeah. Okay. So this is my first package. You know what? I'm such a dork. Like I bought both of them Christmas dresses and I kind of didn't like them. Like something was just off. I didn't buy Lilu a Christmas dress. I don't know why. Like, I like dressing her down. I don't know why I don't like putting her in fancy dress. But I thought, okay, how am I going to dress Vivi up in a very fancy dress, which I love dressing her up in, and not dress up Lilou? So I bought a dress and I didn't like it. It just didn't go with her. And so I didn't like it. And so I got her another one. And so it's here. And so it's kind of more of it's a dress, but then I also bought a little onesie. It's a onesie with a Peter Pan collar to go underneath. And so Vivi's dress is checkered plaid, kind of, yeah, checkered plaid. But she's got a little Peter Pan collar. I should have brought it out. And a little ribbon around the waist that's green. And so this is going to be, I'm going to kind of iron it or steam it. This is going to be Lilou's dress. And she's going to wear her Peter Pan collar. And it'll look cute. It'll look cute. Anyway, so yeah. And in the back, it has like a little bow. A little bow there. Okay. So yeah. So I like the little ruffles. I like the corduroy. And I go back and forth. Sometimes I like things that are obviously Christmassy. And then other times I want something like a little bit more subtle. And so this is kind of like not full-blown Christmas. It's pretty subtle, but still green, like this pretty Christmas green color. And so yeah, that's what I bought for Lilou. That's what she's gonna wear. Okay, so I have that. And so I also bought things for my, okay, cool. And this is her little, oh, and I love this. Let me tell you why. I love this because it's kind of not cotton. It's kind of like a dressier material. And so this is what's going to go underneath. And so this arrived as well. So it's going to look like, okay, so I'm not good at this. It's going to look like this. It's going to look cute, I guess. Yeah, it'll look cute. So I love it because it's not cotton. I was worried about this being a little bit too dressed down, I guess, and not as kind of fancy as this little ruffle corduroy. But I like it, and a little Peter Pan collar. So that's going to be for Lilou, and I have some cute little patent leather shoes with white bows. So I really like that. And so these packages that arrived are for the new baby. So it was, I want to say it was impulsive, but not. I wanted two things. I had wanted like a mini Reborn. And I also wanted a mini Reborn, but I also wanted kind of like a fantasy Reborn, like Petunia, who's kind of like a fairy. But I wasn't sure how alternative I wanted to go with that. But I knew I wanted it to be mini. And then when I spoke to Aurora, she said, look, how about these three? And it was, gosh, let me see if I can remember their names. I know the one I purchased was Bipsy. And then there's Beasley. And then there's a bigger one. And they're all kind of supposed to be siblings. And I told her, hey, I want you to make me the three. I want you to make me the three sometime in the summertime. And she said yes. And I feel so guilty because I bought Bipsy. But I just had to. I kept going back to it, the website. And she was a really good price. And she had these beautiful big green eyes. And I was like, I need to have this one. And so, yeah, so she's about 11 or 12 inches. And so, of course, when I ordered her, I really didn't like the dress she was in. She was in an okay dress, but I'm like the matchy type. Like, if you're going to have an alternative Reborn, don't put a Carter's onesie on them. I don't know why I'm like that. I am like that. So I bought some stuff off Etsy. I did buy like baby clothes for this Reborn. I'm gonna call her Twinkle. That's the name I settled on. But I think she lends herself a little bit more to baby clothes, but I made sure to kind of buy things that would go with the elf motif, like flowers or even like just one color. And I bought her the cutest little knit cap that's especially actually made for her, and beautiful colors. And I found some little knit elf shoes. Anyway, I'm so bad at keeping secrets. So one thing I did buy her was this. I did I find this on Etsy? Yes, I did. And I'll put the brands. And they have amazing things for like micro preemies. And so I liked it because it has the flowers and it's pretty simple. And it also came with this little headband, which I thought was the cutest because she's bald. So it is so cute. She has this like big head and these big ears, of course, these elf ears. And to just have this simple little headband, I thought that was cute. And so I got her this. Okay. And it's called Itty Bitty Baby. And I think it's actually for preemies. So I'm just going to leave this here. And okay, so I thought I had 4 packages. I guess I only have 3. Yeah, I only have 3. So that was, oh, no, I did have 4. Yeah, the white. Yeah, here it is. Okay. So the other thing is for kind of all of my reborns, all of my small reborns, but especially for Twinkle, Bipsy. Because you know what? I kind of like taking them places. And I have this sling carrier that I really don't like because it's a little bit cumbersome. And so I've been contemplating this buy. Like, I'm a little bit careful with purchases. Like, well, it depends. Sometimes I'm super careful. Sometimes I'm like overly impulsive. Like, I go one way or another. But recently, of course, I've been trying to be careful. I guess just because the holidays are coming up, and I'm not as impulsive as before because, everything was so new, and now, I've kind of, slowed down a little bit. But I've been going back to this idea of buying a Reborn carrier, and that looks kind of more like a bag. And so I actually have a lot of Dolly friends, okay? And so this is handmade. I bought it from Etsy too, and it was on sale. So a lot of my Dolly friends, of all types of Dolly friends, kind of make it a custom. Oh, look, I think I got some. Oh, it's a blanket. Okay. They kind of, they take their dolls with them. And so I thought that was really cool because a lot of times I will go out to like kind of boring tasks. Like, tomorrow I'm going to go to the post office and mail stuff. I'll go pick up like a prescription, or I'll go to the grocery store, and it's kind of boring. And sometimes I'll bring like a little doll just because it entertains me. It's fun. I'll even put them on the shopping cart, and it's just fun. And so I thought, I kind of want a carrier for my reborns, like this Bipsy. I can totally see myself doing photo shoots at the park. And hopefully by the time businesses open, thank goodness I live in a very understanding and open city where people are going to be okay with just people being different. Like, if I went to a cafe, I can totally see them I can totally imagine them just kind of being curious about the dolls. Like, you see all kinds of people. Oh, look at that. It's cute. You see all kinds of people doing kind of their own thing in this city. And I love it. And everybody's curious. As long as everybody, you're doing something that's not hurtful to others, you're kind of doing your own thing. People are pretty understanding and curious. And so look at this. When I saw it, I was like, I'm going to buy this. It's handmade. I love this pattern. I love frilly feminine things. Look at that. And it's satin for sure. And then the cool thing about this is that it turns into a bassinet. Okay, so let me see. I think you just fold it over kind of. And then it turns into a bassinet. So I thought, okay, well, I'm going to buy this for Bipsy. And my other reborns, they'll fit my little babies. And so there, oh, I'm sorry, Elo, I always feel, so there it is. It kind of, it turns into a bassinet. And if you put the baby, I'm sure it'll be a little bit. Okay. And so I wasn't sure if it came with the pillow that it was pictured with, because in the description I didn't see it. Oh, look. Oh my God, this is great. Look, it comes with a little mat. A little, yeah. So that kind of gives it its shape. And so when, so it was pictured with this, but you know, some things are a little tricky. Look at that. Isn't that gorgeous? Okay, so some things are a little tricky. Like, you don't find out afterwards that it's only the bassinet and you got to buy everything separately. But usually there'll be options for that. It'll say something like $20 plus. And then if you add on accessories, they will, so I'm thinking that's a blanket. They will, you know, charge you more. So, but this came with everything. And so after I purchased it, I got a little bit worried because I went back and looked at the description, and it just said, you know, handmade, carrier, turns into bassinet. But usually, you know, when they're describing the item, they'll say everything it comes with. It'll say, you know, pillow, blanket, mat, and this one didn't. So I thought, oh my goodness, you know, and I thought that's fine. I'll just email the person or message the person and see if you know, I can order it separately. I don't see why she wouldn't make, you know, the pillow. It's super easy, and the little mat. Okay, so I thought this was a blanket, but that's okay. But it's something cute. Look at that tiny diaper. And so this will be perfect, even though I do have like little undies for her. So yeah, and look what it came with. So this artist is going to get a great review, and it says it's a girl. Very cute, right? So look at that. That is just darling. And so this is going to be for my little Bipsy, for my little Twinkle, when she arrives. And I have a whole little storyline for her. And you know what? I've gotten a lot of flack because my videos are super long. And yeah. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to make two. Okay. So I'm taking note from another YouTuber. I love watching her videos. Love it. Okay, she's Susie Q. She's so cool. I love her. Anyway, I love watching her videos, and a lot of times what she'll do is she'll break them up into two parts, and that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to go ahead and this is part one, my little haul, and part two is me changing Eloa, okay? So, guys, I hope you're having a great Christmas. I hope you get a lot of Christmas cheer. And remember, be kind, because, you know, I think we all want people to be kind with us, and be open, because honestly, we're in a kind of group that would like the same, you know, understanding from others, and, you know, yeah. So anyway, have a great Christmas and love y'all. Bye.